Jamie Palinetti once said, "Limitations live only in our minds, but if we use our imaginations, our possibilities become endless." Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Beauty. I'm Jennifer. What we are going to do today is I am going to show you the eye look for this look right here. Ain't it pretty? So this look right here, and it is a talk through style video, and I don't do the brows and the face on camera, but I do the actual lids, the mascara, the liner, all that jazz on camera, and I showed you a few swatches along the way as well, so you know. But the palette we're going to be using to do this is the My Little Pony palette. So, I mean, we used several colors. We used Butterscotch, Flutterby, Minty, Sky Dancer, Princess Sparkle, Firefly. I mean, that's 1, 4, 6 shades in this one look. Plus, I also used a NYX product, an Essence product, a Maybelline product. So, and the lip is Wet n Wild. So, I do hope that you stay tuned, and what do you say we get started? Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to first take the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Barely Branded. It looks like, well, that's what the top of it looks like. It's this color right here. It's like a, I don't even know how to really describe it besides skin tone shade. So, I mean, it's a little, well, quite a bit lighter than my skin tone. I mean, that's what it looks like right there. And I'm going to first take that and put it all over my lid really good. So, let me come in just a little bit closer so that maybe you can see a little bit better. So, but I'm going to apply this using my finger. Now, my lids are technically already primed because I did use concealer on them. But, you know, I still sometimes will go in with a base just to help make things a little more pigmented. I mean, the palette, if you saw my makeup playtime recently, the palette isn't awful, you know, but it still does amp up the pigmentation if you do use a colored base or even a skin tone base. And I'm putting this on the lid, pulling it through the crease a little bit. So, but yeah. Nose is itching. My nose is itching, nose is itching. But yeah, I'm just putting this on the lid. I mean, if you can tell a difference there, there's with that and there's without. It seems to add a lot of brightness to my lid whenever I do that. So I'm just building this up on the lid a little more. So, but I'm using a palette that I recently did use in my makeup playtime. I was doing makeup playtimes for a little while, but unfortunately views weren't there and comments weren't there, so I said, yeah, no. That was over on my Facebook page, so I quit doing those, at least for now. But I did use this palette and did a different look on there. I'm hoping I'm not recreating the entire look, but if it ends up looking like it, so be it. So, but I took that and put it all over the lids. Now, you could have used a brush with that. I have done that. I just feel it applies better if you do use your finger. Sometimes a cream base, at least in my opinion, seems to apply better using the fingers rather than an actual brush. That's just my opinion. I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be a professional. You know, so now then, what I'm going to do is we're going to go into the My Little Pony palette by ColourPop. This is what I was talking about, that I did use this before in my makeup playtime. It looks like this right here. My Little Pony palette. I mean, it has some really pretty shades to it. Right there. Really pretty shades. There's just not really all the best transition shades and all that in my opinion, so hey, it is what it is. Okay, but we're gonna roll with it. Let's roll with it, y'all. Let's roll with it. Okay, I'm going to take this shade right here. It's like a, to me, if it were in a face palette, I would call it a berry blush shade. I believe this is called Flutterby, if it corresponds to what's on the back here at least. So, I think that's the name of it. I'm not used to people or companies doing the shades on the back, so I don't know if they're supposed to be right behind where the actual shades are. I would think so. And I'm just taking a brush here. This is the step 2 for the shadow brush that I also got, I believe, from BoxyCharm. I believe. I could be wrong on that, but hey, nobody's perfect, right? And I'm taking that Flutterby shade, and I'm getting that on this brush, tapping off the excess. I mean, look at how powdery these are, but I think I have not found a cheaper shadow that you don't have quite a bit of fallout. So you always want to tap off your brush. And I'm pretty sure even expensive palettes, you gotta tap off your brush. So, and we're going to buff this into the crease, all the way from the outer V, or outer corner rather, not outer V, outer corner to the inner corner. That's what I'm doing with this Flutterby shade. So, and I'm telling you what I'm doing because I'm going to fast forward with some music going while I do this, and I'll even try to zoom in a little more so that you can see more of what I'm doing as well. I'm just doing that kind of as a transition. Now, whenever you're doing the crease and trying to get your transition shade in, one thing I do like is a slanted brush, like this here. I like a slanted brush to really get it in there because you can have the most pressure right there in the socket. That's why I like using this kind of brush whenever I'm doing that step at least. And this brush, you can also flip it on its side and work it right in the actual socket. So, now that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to pretty much lay it on its side instead of having it like I had it. And we're going to focus that right in that socket. Okay, I'm going to go back into that same shade and I'm going to put it on my outer V a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Just tapping it right there on that outer V area. This will help with that as well, to be more of a transition-y shade. And if you notice, I'm putting down, swipe just a teeny tiny bit, and then pick up and do the same thing. That's what I consider a tap and drag motion. Not a just tap, 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 but where you tap and sweep just a tiny bit, just a small flick of the hand. I mean, because these shades do build very nicely. If you like to build your shadows, they do build rather nicely. That is a good thing. And if you've been with my channel for very long, you know I say, it's easier to build it up than it is to take it away. So build it up, build it up. So, now I'm going to take one of these e.l.f. shadow brushes right here. And we're going to mix two shades at this point. I'm not used to doing this, so bear with me. I've never tried really mixing two shades, and at least, you know, not successfully. So, I'm going to do that though. And because I'm wanting to really add a little bit extra to it, I'm going to take the to me this is a really light silvery shade down here, and I believe this is Firefly, right here. And I'm going to take the shade no, not right above it, but we're going to take Minty as well. We're taking Minty and Firefly, and I'm going to tap my brush into each one equal times to where I really get it mixed together. Whenever you're mixing, you take your brush, okay, and I'm using one side. This brush is the shadow brush. This is the flat elf brush. That's the best way to put it. I do a sweep, sweep, sweep in the purple, then sweep, sweep, sweep into the other one. So, and that right there. Okay. Now then, I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that on the middle part of the lid more. I'm not really focusing it on the inner corner because we're going to do something totally different to the inner third of the lid. But if I get a little bit there, that's okay too. But I'm focusing it more on the center all the way to that outer V. Well, where we stopped with that other shade, that's what we're doing here. Actually, I'm taking it into the inner corner after all, because the color I'm going to be using anyway is going to help brighten up this look once I'm to that point. Anyway, so. And basically, I'm just going to go back and forth, building this color up to the intensity that I want, is what I'm going to do. I do apologize if I just covered up my face. Now then, I'm going to take just the purple shade, and I'm taking the same brush that I was using, but I am flip it over. Now I'm just taking the purple shade, the minty shade is, I believe, what it said it was, and I'm putting this right near the center of the lid. Right in the center, rather. Not near the center, but in the center. Just adding a little bit extra purple to this look. Basically. That's what I'm doing. What you doing? What you doing? That's the one question that sometimes drives me nuts. What you doing? Eating crayons. But yeah, that's what it's looking like so far. This is a real pretty look. You know, for some reason I'm getting to where I like the cooler toned looks instead of the warmer tones. Because usually my signature is goldy, rose gold, whatever. But I'm beginning to like the more purpley, the more silvery looks. Especially once I get a good tan, those will really pop on my skin. So, alright, now then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that shade, whoops, and I'm throwing stuff at myself. Oh, where is it? Over here. Firefly. Yeah, Firefly. I'm going into Firefly, that silvery shade that we were using. Right here. I was doing swatches of stuff. That's what that Firefly looks like, by the way. Right there. Swatched out. I'm taking that Firefly and I'm going to go right on the inner corner and near like the inner third of the lid using my pinky. Using a light shade like this really does help to brighten up almost any look I do. And I like using it rather than just stark, like a matte white or whatever, because it adds a little shimmer. I like my shimmer. I don't like outright glitter necessarily, but I like my shimmer. Shimmer. I'm making sure I get that right on that tear duct as well. That's what I'm building up right now, is my tear duct area. And we're going to keep going here in a second with it anyway, so. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is the NYX First Base Primer Spray. I'm going to wet my pinky. And then I'm going to go into that same shade. Very lightly, mind you. Probably should have went into it and then wet it, huh? But that's what it looks like now. And I'm going to put that directly on the inner corner as well. I mean, right there on that tear duct. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Whenever you wet your brush or whatever you're using to apply it, it adds a little extra oomph to it. So, yes, I do believe in wetting it. Then I just take my finger, my ring finger, and clean up underneath. That way it's not all over the place, because it's easy to go overboard with some stuff. I know me, I never go overboard. My makeup looks are always so bleh, they're just not pigmented. I'm teasing, y'all. I really am. I'm teasing. My makeup looks are actually, in my opinion, pretty creative. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, it is Princess Sparkle, right here. Princess Sparkle, and then I'm going to take, well, no, actually, no, I'm not. First, I'm going to take this, Sky Dancer shade. It's like a mauve, it's like a deeper tone of the Flutterby that we used, Sky Dancer. And I'm going to put that on the outer V area. And just into the crease, just a little bit. Not too crazy, but we're doing just a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit. Okay. Stamp it on. You don't want to go too heavy now, but stamp it on. Right on that outer V area. And then put it about halfway at most into the crease. You don't want to go too heavy, but you don't want to go real light either. Build it up, build it up. Let's build it up. It's not really giving me the color payoff that I want it to, unfortunately. You know, I mean, you can stop right here if you want to. You don't have to go any further with making it even darker or, you know, more bold or anything like that. But I'm gonna. Let's do it. Now I'm going to take that Princess Sparkle shade and Sky Dancer. We're taking the two and I'm going to mix them together. Now I'm going to go into the Sky Dancer shade, then go right into the Princess Sparkle. I mean, just keep going back and forth, back and forth. Tap off a little bit. Now, let me show you what that looks like here. That's what that looks like now. You know, so I'm actually fairly pleased with that. If you do ever want to know what a look or what a combo will look like, go ahead and mix it together and try it out on the back of your hand. You might like it, you might hate it. You never know till you try, y'all. You never know till you try. So, and this is a smaller brush. I believe e.l.f. calls this the definer brush or the crease brush, or I don't know what it's called. Unfortunately, e.l.f. quit putting names on stuff, so yeah. And I am focusing this more on the border of that outer V. Just stamping. Well, not really stamping, but doing the stamp and lightly sweep. I mean, real lightly. If you can see the brush moving back and forth. It's a very slow, or not slow, but very small movement that I'm doing here. And I pick it right back up, then move on. And what I do is I go about a third of the way in. I have smaller eyes, though. You know, makeup is an art, and you do what you want to with it. You are the artist. Don't let anybody, including me or anybody else, tell you how it's supposed to be. Play with it. It's okay to play. With my eyes, I can't go too far in, otherwise it really closes them off. A darker shade can make you look like you have really small eyes. And if you already have small eyes, you don't want to look like you have even smaller eyes. But adding a little bit of depth right there at the outer V or outer corners, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, does help to add a little bit of depth and dimension. I mean, think about a 3D image, for example. Like, I was recently looking at a painting at a hospital, and it kind of sparked this thought for me. You know, think about a painting. They use different hues of the same tone to help add a little bit of dimension and make it look more 3D than just doing one color, move on to the next. Or one color, then stark black. You know, unless that's the look the artist was going for, which I don't know many artists that do go for that type of look. So, and I'm just building this up just a little more here. I mean, you can tell it's built up quite a bit more, but yeah. Yeah, you want to use multiple colors or multiple shades of the same color family in order to add dimension. Now, black or brown does tend to add more dimension and can be added with another color or just used as a border color. You know, just like your inner corner, it doesn't have to be white or a shade of white. It could be pastel pink. It could be bright yellow. It could be whatever color you want to do. I could take this look and use the bright gold that's in here in my inner corner. But to me, for me, that would not look right. So, I don't do that. But you do what makes you comfortable. And don't let anybody tell you different. Okay. Now, that right there is that. So, and that's the main look right there. Now what I'm going to do is just kind of finish up a few little things here on the look. I'm going to take the first shade we used in the crease, that Flutterby. I'm going to take that and just do a little bit more blending to kind of make sure everything is well blended and well, you know, together here. So, whoop. Now what you could do even is you could use a different shade altogether and put that as your border shade and just kind of blend it and make it go easily from one shade to the next. And that does look beautiful when people do that. I've seen people do it and I think it looks absolutely breathtaking. You know. But for me, on my shape eyes, and I do also have downturned eyes, so that also makes a difference in what does look good on me compared to what would look good on somebody else. So, now what I did there is I just took this brush I was using before with the first shade and just kind of buffed around the edges. You don't want any harsh edges as well. Think about, like I said, go back to the painting thing. You know, unless it is like a coloring book, you're not going to see a sharp, crisp line. And I cut crease today, which would be a sharp, crisp line. So I want it to blend seamlessly over my lids, crease, and all that. So, and I gotta say, I want to thank Miranda for reminding me about this video, because I had already done one on my Facebook like I've talked about, but I still did want to do one here too. Now I'm going to take, this is a Real Techniques brush I'm using here, and I'm taking Butterscotch, I believe is what it's called. It's like a buttery yellow shade right here. It's a more matte shade, I believe. Well, it does have a little bit of a sheen. Nothing crazy, but it does have a little sheen to it. Whoops. And I'm still throwing stuff, y'all. But I'm taking that shade, and we're going to buff that, or not buff it, but place that, rather, on the brow bone. Like right under the eyebrow. And if you hold it further down, no, you don't have as much control, but it's also a lighter application. Now, yes, I could have used that silvery shade and done that on the brow bone as well. But to me, with my skin tone, to me, this looks just fine. So, like I've said before, you do you. Whatever you feel like, you do it. You do it. So, now then, you know what, we're going to do one more thing here. I'm going to go back into that Princess Sparkle, the black looking shade, and I'm taking a brush like this, which is a flat, very flat brush, and I'm going to really focus that right in that outer V. We are stamping it right in line. I mean, if you look real carefully, you can see I'm putting some, you know, I'm really pushing it in there. But you also want to go back and forth and kind of blend it out. You don't just want it to, you know, look like you maybe didn't mean to put it there. So, I mean, even this shade is not all that pigmented. I mean, so, but, you know, maybe this is how ColourPop shadows are. I don't know. I've never used ColourPop before, so. I'm just really pushing it in there, just to help add a little bit more depth, a little bit more oomph to this, and help add a little bit extra definition. And I'm also going to use the same brush here in a moment anyway, so why not, right? Why not? Why not? Actually, no, I'm not going to use this same brush. I was, but it's like, yeah, I don't have to. I forgot. I've got another brush over here that I laid out for doing this. Next step, I mean. So that right there. Now I'm going to take this here. This is the e.l.f. angled eyeliner brush. The Studio angled liner brush. It's a bent tip one here. And I am going to go into, because I don't know if you can tell here, but some of the shadows, whenever I was putting them on, it did go down below anyway. So we're going to go into that Sky Dancer shade right here. Sky Dancer, if you're looking directly at it, it is the third one in the middle. The Flutterby is the first one in the middle on the left hand side. The Butterscotch was the top right hand. The Princess Sparkle is bottom left hand corner. And then the other shade, Firefly, is the third one on the bottom row. I do apologize for not saying where they were in the palette. So, and the purpley shade that I was talking about, that Minty, that is in the second row as well. Basically, we used shades 4 from the top row, shades 1, 2, and 3 from the second row, and shades 1 and 3 from the third row. Yes, we used a lot of shades. So, but yeah, I'm going to take that Sky Dancer shade, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line here. And we're going to take it not all the way in because of my eye shape and everything and the size and all that. I'm not wanting to go too harsh, but I am going to take it and go in a little bit. Go about 3/4 or 4/5 of the way in. Yeah. That right there. So. Okay. Now then, I'm going to take, see if I can find another brush here. Yeah, right here. This is what a lot of people would consider a lip brush, making sure it was clean, and it is. And I'm going to take that shade Flutterby that we used first, that's in the crease most, that we used to blend everything, and I'm putting that on the tip and on the sides just a little bit. And we're going to smudge that under there too. Just kind of blow out that darker shade a little more. Now, I normally don't go this bold on my lower line, but hey, why not? Why not? Okay, that right there. Now, if you wanted to, you could take a black eyeliner like the Rimmel Scandalized pencil or something like that and go on that lower inner rim. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go in this NYX eyebrow or eye/eyebrow pencil. This is in the shade, hey, it works, 917 purple. And I'm going to try, keyword try, to line my inner rim on the lower lash line. tip, if you're going to do this, then do the shadow. Really didn't make a huge difference either way, so. But yeah, that is the NYX pencil, actual pencil that I used. Then I'm going to take the Essence Superfine Liner, and I'm going to line my upper lash line a little bit. I'm not going too crazy, but whenever you're doing liner, make sure that you're looking down into a mirror to get the closest to your lashes. Because if you try to hold a mirror way up here, way up high, and do it, it's very difficult. I'm not very good at doing liner without vision. I end up getting it everywhere. I'm still fairly new at liner anyway, so. Now then, let's curl some lashes. Curl them girls. So, curl my lashes real good. I've already done my brows and my face before I ever started the video, so, And the other items that I used on my face, I just used my Found BB cream, some e.l.f. HD concealer, right here. Used that under my eyes, and then I finished up my LA Girl Pro Powder. Then I also have on my face the BH Cosmetics Sculpting Glow Palette. That's the main other thing I have besides the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. I keep wanting to call it Slim Shady. I'm the Slim Shady, I'm the real Slim Shady. Yeah. Really curling my lashes good today. And the lip we're going to be using is one that will stay put as well. It is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. One of those, so. And you can tell I had fun swatching. So I'm taking the Essence I Love Extreme Volume Mascara. If you haven't ever tried this, you really should. It's cheap. And this is the one in waterproof, by the way. If you haven't ever tried Essence I Love Extreme Waterproof, you really should try it. Ulta.com has it. That's how I ordered it. I can't get to an actual Ulta, unfortunately, so. Ulta.com. You can still earn your points. If you have an Ulta Rewards card, or, unfortunately, CVS doesn't have Essence that I know of, but, even CVS.com, you can still get your Extra Care bucks, because I just recently signed up for a Extra Care bucks card. And I don't get to ever go to an actual CVS. I don't get to go to Walgreens, anything like that. Closest thing I get to go look at makeup is a Walmart neighborhood market that doesn't even have but one aisle worth of makeup. And that's it. And I wasn't really focusing whenever I was doing this, and kind of clumped up my lashes a little bit. That's okay. They can be clumpy today. They can be clumpy. But one thing you can do, if you notice they are a little clumpier than you like, is you can take a brow and lash comb like this. If you've ever gotten a brush set and seen a little fine tooth comb in there and been like, okay, why did they give me a little comb? Like, that's why. You take it and just brush them out. I mean, if you can tell the difference now and you can see what clumps were in my original lashes. But y'all, you really can get makeup online, you know, and you can still find deals online where you, instead of going and hunting for products, go online and get it, you know. So, but I gotta ask, who here tends to put things in their cart and think on it for some time before they ever go buy it, and then you end up pulling it out because you talked yourself out of it? You ever do that? You know, I know I've been doing it. Even cheap stuff like $2 or whatever. Hey, $2 is $2 is $2. And yes, I just got the clumps out and then I add more mascara. Can't tell I love this mascara, can you? I mean, besides the lips, this look is practically done, so. But okay, there we go. Now then, as I'm getting my lip product out, I do hope that you subscribe so that you can see what I have coming in the future, because I do have other summer ideas coming. Would y'all like to see me try to do a waterproof makeup test, or has that been overdone in y'all's opinion? Has too many people done that already? Or would you like to see me give it a shot with really affordable products that claim to be waterproof? I could even go on shopmissa.com and see what waterproof they have and see if it really holds up. Is it really waterproof? Tell me, you know. So, but this right here is the Rebel, I believe it's Rebel Rose. Yeah, Rebel Rose by by Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. So, hard to talk while I do this, but I'm trying. A little tip whenever you do this, make sure you exfoliate before. I didn't exfoliate my lips before. But that right there is the finished look. And I do hope that you do subscribe, because who knows what you'll see coming. I really don't plan my videos like theme days really anymore. It wasn't seeming to make a big difference to people, I don't think. So I just kind of go with the flow. Whenever I wake up and feel like filming, I film it. So, you know, Miranda, she had reminded me about this look right here of the palette, rather. So, again, that's the My Little Pony palette by not Wet n Wild, ColourPop. But yeah, that's the palette we used today. And I hope that you follow me over on Facebook. I have a page over there. All my links will be down below to follow me on all my social media, as well as on Facebook. I do have a group that you can join that I'm trying to get built up and everything, to where we talk about drugstore makeup, affordable makeup, you know, nothing overly priced, really, where we can just talk about different things and talk about dupes and talk about look ideas. You might even get sneak previews of what might be to come here on the channel. So I hope you do subscribe over there, as well as follow my Facebook page, because who knows what you'll see coming, because next month there might be some lives, there might be some quite a few videos with a guest star So I do hope that you subscribe for all that good stuff as well. And thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. My top 5 videos linked below are New Maybelline City Mini Palette Review and Demo, What's in My Purse, Garnier Argan Oil and Cranberry Extract Review, Get Ready With Me Easy Natural Drugstore First Video, Styling My Short Bob.